Hey guys, welcome to take 2 of the Tsunami trainer review. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling a bit better. Still got a bit of a stuffy nose, but I'm feeling good enough that I can get this review out to you guys. And yeah, honestly, this thing is kind of phenomenal. So quickly, just before we start off, for algorithm's sake, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the video. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment. I love reading you guys' comments. It's probably my favorite part about doing this YouTube stuff, is the actual community interaction that you get with it. That's honestly the best part about doing this for you guys. And also, just a quick little bit of news. Medusa V3 clone has been announced. In fact, not even just announced, it's also been released. So, that's something. It looks really good. It comes with a live blade and trainer blade, and is allegedly S35VN, as far as I know, as the blade, which I am struggling to believe. That's the one thing that I don't think is really the case. But apparently S35VN, and it's about 130 grams, or just under, 129 and a half. So it seems like a solid balisong. I mean, it looks really good. Live blade looks great. Trainer blade doesn't look very close to the real deal, unless it looks like one of the older versions. But the handles are the V3 handles. Anyways, onto this guy. Starting off with the looks. Now, I think this easily gets a solid 7 out of 10 for looks. The handles by themselves probably get like a 9. But the blade kind of, I don't know, the Tsunami trainer blade has never really done it for me. I'd love it if it was a live blade, but I mean, only the Nabalis live. Nabalis Hydra blade fits in here, though, the Japanese Tanto one. Yeah, sandwich design, super awesome looking. Comes on fossil bronze washers, but I believe you can fit the machine-wise stainless ones in, which I'm also tempted to do, just for those minty tolerances. Yeah, hardened stainless steel. Excuse me, guys. I'm still recovering a little bit. I feel good enough to do the video, though. Yeah. Hardened stainless steel T10 screws. Comes with a little baggie of spare hardware and the weight pins for the adjustable balance, which this does have. Yep, it does have. You can fit the balance thingies in the bottom here. You just take off one bit of the sandwich handle. So just undo the 2 screws, pull the top bit off, and you can just shove the pins in. Some people have had different experiences with how difficult it is to get the pins out once you've put them in, but I've personally found they fit really well and they don't really have much of an issue coming out. So yeah, honestly, 7 out of 10 for the looks, and obviously comes with like a little baggie of Loctite, comes with a little carry sheath, and a bite handle indicator, all stuff that you get in the box. Check out my unboxing video for that. Oh, that was a really bad. Yeah, now, next thing, onto the price. I think for the money, this is probably going to get like a 9 out of 10, maybe an 8, just because it is a little more expensive than stuff like the one Tsunami clone, but it is definitely the highest quality clone out there on the market at the moment. It's definitely something that's just a different level, design-wise, and the fact that it comes in DLC, this polish. I believe a stonewash is somewhere in the works, and there's also going to be a Cerakote one coming out soon. I think those are all really awesome little features about this guy. The Cerakote will be a white with a black blade, kind of like the Ghost Halloween stuff, right? And I think those look really cool. I'm tempted to get one, but I think I'm also just going to stick with this because I love the silver and blue look. It really does look nice. I think it looks better in person than it does on camera. I feel like it looks a little cringy in photos, but definitely in person, it looks phenomenal with the little blemishes of like purple inside. And it is also quite cold, so I need to kind of speed along with this video. When it comes to tolerances, it's Arm Shark. Not a single ounce of tap. Still really good play. So tolerances, definitely a 10 from me. When it comes to the sound, I'm gonna give it like a 8.5. It's a good sound. It's a little quiet, and I think with I just think there's little things that could be a little better. But then again, when you have stuff like a Seraph lying around, it's kind of difficult to compete in sound-wise. But I definitely think it's my nicest sounding trainer. It's not as tinnitus. Maybe the Prisma does sound nicer. Maybe excluding Machine Wise products, this is probably one of the nicest sounding trainers I've ever flipped. Had the pleasure of flipping, and it's really not super loud. But apparently it does sound pretty close to the real deal. But not being loud means it is my first choice for indoor flipping, which is just fantastic. Because, not indoor, sorry, nighttime flipping. And part of my terrible flips, it is literally freezing. So I'm kind of like freezing up here a little bit. But yeah, really does tricks all sorts of well. When it comes to the flipping, it's definitely a 9 out of 10 to a 10. Adjustable balance, so it goes from fairly neutral to slight handle bias. I mean, it doesn't have like insane fans, but it's got pretty good fans. But it goes from almost neutral with light handle bias to you can get it fairly handle bias, like a medium handle bias with the weight pins, which aren't like crazy heavy. Which I think is really nice, the fact that it has adjustable weight, especially at this price point. No original balisong, really. You're going to have that unless you get like some zippy stuff for it. And yeah, so it's really just one of those, you're getting an incredible amount of value for your money. So flipping wise, I cannot fault it. It's a really fun flipper. It has been in my hands very frequently. I know Pigeon Flips said sometimes he'd be flipping his Cygnus and then he would just pick this up instead. And honestly, I can see why. I think it's definitely more engaging to flip than the Cygnus, personally. Maybe not more engaging, because I really like the Cygnus with live blade, and I like the balance of the Cygnus. I like the feel in the hand of the Cygnus a bit more. This is a bit skinnier, more rounded handles. But I definitely understand what he meant, because I don't know, the Cygnus eventually just kind of it was very consistent. It wasn't super inspiring. I think that's one thing that I've noticed with the balances and stuff is I'm quite picky with how inspired I get with the balisong. Sometimes I feel like flipping something is just like, oh yeah, which is why whenever I pick up my Prisma V1, I'm always just like, dude, I forget how good this thing is. It's a super inspiring bally to flip, which is why I didn't really like the Arm Shark Kraken. That handle bias just makes it a bit dull to flip. Don't get me wrong, I like the activity of flipping, but I could definitely have enjoyed it more if the balance was just maybe a little different, or like the weight was different, or just something about it was a bit more unique. Whereas I think this definitely is straddling that line quite nicely, where it's not quite boring enough that I don't like it, but it's not like insane, right? It's not like the Prisma V1, which is very much so a unique bally, which I also really like about that. And so this is a guy that is definitely in my forever collection. I don't have any plans to sell this guy. Similar thing with a balisong that's on the way. It was a gift, and I'm definitely not going to sell any gifts I get. So yeah, honestly, this is definitely one of my top balisongs. Probably the nicest trainer. I like that it's a titanium trainer. It seems, really durable. Sandwich design, really, really well machined. No light gaps in it. If you look up to the sky, there's no gaps in there for any sort of dirt and stuff. So you can really just be assured that the machining on this guy is phenomenal. And the DLC one just looks insane. I personally wanted those really nice screws, and I like the Tsunami being this color. I think it's probably my favorite colorway for it. Even like Will Hirsch's one, which is like a blurple, which blurple is my favorite titanium anodization. And I wouldn't even get a Tsunami in blurple, honestly. I just really like the stock polished silver with the blue screws. It's going to have the blue screws, man. Whereas the Cygnus, I was much happier with not having the blue screws and having that kind of stealthed out look. And yeah, it's just getting cold now. But yeah, honestly, I can say if you can get your hands on one of these, even secondhand, I think they're going to hold up extremely well. I don't think that they're also going to lose very much value, because if anything, I've actually seen them go up in price from the last time, from like when this came out. Obviously, they sold out very quickly, and so I imagine there's a fair few on the way. I kind of hope they bring out some cool anodizations for this, because it could be kind of nice if you want like a fade or something. I think there's some very cool stuff they could do with this, especially with the DLC stuff. And it's nice to see that Bally Plus and Armed Shark really have kind of kickstarted something in the balisong world, in terms of at least with the originals, because this guy came out as a DLC, and I believe Bally Plus also released a Tanto Kraken as a DLC. And it seems, I always, because I'm like, I also used to play video games a lot more often, like DLC is downloadable content, but no, it's Diamond Like Carbon, or Diamond Like Coating, something like that. I think it's Diamond Like Carbon, as a coating, DLC coating, or maybe Diamond Like Coating, but yeah, it's that black kind of variant of this guy, that now even machine-wise, you know, sent off some samples for some test DLC stuff. And I'm sure Squid will probably also be working on stuff like that. So it's nice to see that the clones do have a sort of indirect effect on the actual balisong market in terms of getting really cool stuff, because, I mean, there's no real way to anodize titanium black, for example. Especially not like stealth black. I mean, you can kind of get like a distressed black. I'm not sure what the stain is that they use for it, but there's definitely a way to get it kind of darker. Maybe with acid or something. But there's no way to get just like a flat black like you can on aluminium, whereas DLC obviously can be coated on most materials. So I think that's definitely something cool to look forward to. They did a drop of one. There was one Sliff T with a Serif blade that was DLC, and there was a couple Sliff Ts actually. But I think only one of them was fully DLC, and one of them had a DLC blade, or two of them, or a few of them had DLC blade, and the rest was I believe titanium nitrate was the coating, like some gold shiny coating. It was very pretty. I was very tempted to pick one up, just kind of as an impulse buy, but I don't have a proxy in the States, so, and I couldn't get one working for, I have family there, but I couldn't get a response. So yeah, anyways, it's a super cool time to be in the balisong community, or even just getting into it. Definitely pick one of these guys up if you can. Like I said, even secondhand, because this is genuinely, if you want a trainer, this is kind of like a grail trainer. I literally seen on the Reddit, on the subreddit, a dude bought two of these, a DLC and this polished version, and he had a real Tsunami trainer clone. One thing I should say also, a difference, is the blade. This is kind of relevant here. The blade is slightly thicker, like the cutouts are slightly smaller, so the metal bits are slightly thicker, which gives it a slightly less handle bias balance. Which, actually, I believe it's because of that. Pardon me if I'm kind of quoting. I did see this a long time ago. But a guy literally sold his real, like, green S35VN trainer blade Tsunami in replace having two of these. They're slightly quieter than the real Tsunami. But honestly, I didn't really see that as much of a loss. It just means you're not getting tinnitus, you know? You're not going to get a headache from this guy. Whereas the Chab clone, oh my goodness, you are getting tinnitus with that guy. You know, that's quite a pretty picture. Might do that as a thumbnail, you know, just this guy in the grass. But yeah, I'm kind of just rambling at this point, and I really want to go back inside. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Leave a like, comment, all of that. Share the video. Check out my music down below. If you want a clone, sadly, this one is out of stock at the moment from what I've seen. But if you do want to get yourself any other clones I've featured on the channel, you know, I have some affiliate links down below. So if you want to support the channel and get yourself a balisong, please do. It's a very small payout, but you know, I imagine if like 10 of you bought like a mid-range clone Bally, by mid-range I mean like maybe if 10 of you bought like an Armed Shark Kraken, imagine I probably would have enough money to buy myself like either that new like Nautilus Rep hybrid that Armed Shark brought out, or another G10 Orca or something like that, you know, just another Bally. So it's just, you know, if you guys want to treat yourselves whilst also kind of treating me a little bit, I might also do that buy coffee thing, because that's kind of neat. But yeah, I definitely need a way to get some extra support, because it's balisong season. Balisongs are like looking good right now, but it's also the Christmas time at the time of recording, and so money has to kind of be directed elsewhere. So an extra source of income isn't something I would complain about. But yeah, I think the affiliate stuff kind of works really well, because it means that, like, one, you guys have a reliable source. Me, I don't try to color my reviews or anything. I don't get paid to say stuff. You know, even if I imagine if I'm ever sponsored or lent a product, I'm given it, and I will 100% disclaim that, dude, I'm just going to say my honest opinion on it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Although it's a balisong, right? At the end of the day, I think it's difficult to not like a balisong. I think that's one thing I learned with the Arm Shark Kraken. That guy was like difficult to love. I liked it. It's a fantastic balisong. I will sing its praises, but it's just not for me, man. And this definitely does not suffer from the same issues. This is definitely super nice, super lightweight, really modern flipper. Really just does everything. Chaplin's fantastic. Even 0G. You know, rollovers. You've been seeing me do rollovers the whole time. Even fans. Ow! 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 Even rollovers really well. Fans really well, sorry. Yeah, honestly, I really love this thing. It's just super good. Definitely pick one up. Thanks for checking out the video. If you made it to this part here, you guys are the MVPs, because, I mean, this video is kind of long right now, right? You know, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, thank you for checking it out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.